following is a production of the University of Hartford School of Communication.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Cooperman. I'm here with my tennis coach, Jeff Splinter.
Hello.
How you doing, Jeff?
Pretty good, yeah.
Excuse me, coach. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
Sorry. If you guys didn't know, we have a tennis team. A lot of people don't know. I would say you are my favorite tennis coach that I've had so far.
Wow, thank you.
I've had
That's
two.
great. One of two, we can't beat it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, excited to get the word out about the program. Yeah.
So this is, how long have you known about the tennis team kind of like building up to, fruition? Because, we're still kind of like, rebuilding, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I think, I definitely classify it as, we're in phase one, right? We started the program, we got us up and running this summer. I called and contacted you all before school started to gauge interest. And, once we got on campus, we continued to try and reach some more students. And, we're reaching out to UHart students every day to see what interest levels are and if they want to join the team, and then what their commitment level will be towards the program. And, I've been full force out recruiting most weekends and weekdays sometimes too. And, just trying to get some good words out, let people know in the Connecticut community that we're kind of back and running again. Mm-hmm. And yeah, excited to see where we go from there.
Cool. But in your past, when you weren't coaching, or actually, I'll ask this: where have you coached before you coached at the University of Hartford?
Yeah, so I graduated from Judson University, which is an NAIA school, and I played a few years there. And once I graduated, I started coaching, and this is assistant coach at the College of New Jersey for a year. And then after that, I moved back home towards Illinois to coach at Millikan for a year and a half before taking the graduate assistant position at Frostburg State University, which is where I've been since about 2018, 2017.
So you've been around. Oh, so that's where you spent the most time?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, as a grad assistant, and then transferred into a head coach.
Okay. Would you say tennis coach is always what you've kind of been like, kind of sort of like craving, kind of like that? That's like really what you want?
Yeah, it's interesting. I graduated as an elementary education major, wanting to impact students in some manner. And
sure.
I started coaching at a summer camp in Maine and loved my time there and spent some time with other tennis coaches. And they kind of threw me into that idea of, hey, you should try and do this full time. And, it's going to be rough starting out, but, I think it's worth it. And, I love being around tennis, around student athletes is a big passion of mine, and just impacting all of you as much as I can in the classroom, wherever possible.
Yeah.
And, I think that's where I kind of fell in love with it my first year at TCNJ, and just gone from there and decided who I was going to be kind of going forward.
So you've been a little bit everywhere.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. And I would ask, obviously, the teams. Well, honestly, how many freshmen? We have so many young people on our team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about how the team's doing now, and how do you feel about how you want us to be doing how you want them to be doing next season? I won't be there, but we've had many recruits come in, mm-hmm. and team's going to be different next year, which is great.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
No, I think it's been great. All of you on the team now, even our seniors like you, provide a good impact on the team where, you've been at the school much longer than I have. You have a much better idea of what things go around here. And, a team is all about its culture and it's all about its people, and bringing in freshmen, they need to know kind of who the students are on campus and who the tennis players are. And, you and a couple of the other seniors really do provide great impact on that, where you can provide a lot of details that these freshmen just don't know yet. They're still growing and getting their feet wet. So going into next year, it's going to be how are freshmen going to how are our seniors going to hand it off to our freshmen, and now they're going to be in charge of providing all of that culture, identity, and like who we are, right? And just
And
continue to feed that into the incoming players.
You guys see how the sophomores, kind of respond from their first year getting their feet wet.
Exactly.
Because they're like not on their own, but like some of the seniors we're close with them. Then they become closer to being the leaders of the team.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, would you say the team? You didn't know what team you didn't know what team would be put out this year because there wasn't any tryouts. Did you expect? Are you surprised by it how the team turned out, or is this what you expected?
Yeah, I think I'm surprised in a good way. There's another team adding tennis into the conference next year, the University of New England, and they don't have any practices or things this semester, so it's nice having an idea of who's going to be on the team next year and kind of what that'll look like.
Right.
It's been really refreshing to be at practice and to not necessarily have the stress of matches coming up or things like that, so we can really focus and work on our skills.
Totally.
And that's been what this year has been about for me is, really coaching into you all some skills for college tennis players and, what that looks like going forward and, how we can continue to grow and, be ready for our freshmen that come in next year so that we can compete.
Right. I mean, that's been the really fun part for me because I'm really into the I'm into the sports journalism part of it.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting seeing that with being a student athlete a little bit. So that brings me to my next question, which is it's more bland. You've been here this is your first year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you have the most fun part about being here? Like a best memory since you've been here so far?
Memory. Wow.
Like seeing Alex hit that backhand or serve going straight to the net.
Yeah, no, I think some of my best memories so far have been, seeing us grow and, looked at that picture that we took as a team last year when we had Wimbledon Wednesday, which, we all dressed up in white like we were at Wimbledon, and seeing a team of like 5 or 6, pretty committed kids, I would say, to now growing into what we are now, which is like 12 to 14. So, it's kind of like the original 6, or the Fab 5 who started it, and I look back at our first meeting under the picnic tables, outside of the athletics department to now it's, everything that we've done, where we are now, we started from zero. Like,
it's true.
It was quite a culture shock moment for me. The first day of practice when we all were on the court and like we were all just kind of waiting because no one knew what to do. And, it's so bizarre for me coming from a team that's been so set in how things go. It's like, okay, well, we need to learn how to warm up. We need to learn how to stretch. We need to learn like what the routine looks like, and now you go to practice, it's just like boom, 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 like everything's super quick.
Yeah.
So it's been cool. Like it's hard. It's not a moment, right? It's like a over time thing, but to see from the beginning where we started to now, it's, we're already where a team wants to be.
Well, I can tell you as a player, first meeting that we had, it's very awkward.
Yeah.
We all I think we were all surprised by how many people we had no idea who everyone was. Like we didn't know who anyone was and who anyone was, and I don't know. We didn't know what to expect. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I remember you'd be the only one talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that then we got more comfortable, and now we're more comfortable, obviously. But what would you say are you gotta have goals. You gotta have goals. So what would you say are your goals for the end of this season? Because even though we don't know if we're having scrimmages this season, do we?
Yeah, I mean, we'll still try to have a scrimmage or two. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But either way, what are your goals for this season, and what are your goals for the end of next season? Where are you trying to bring us?
Yeah, I mean, my goals at the end of this season are, one, to celebrate our seniors that, still put in a lot of work. We're not playing matches that haven't gone 4 years, but, you've committed 100% of everything this year as everyone else has, and, we're definitely thankful for that. And yeah, I think we're really focusing on just continuing the process and building the program, and we're doing things correctly. From last semester where I was so up and down of like, we don't, it's not 100% you need to be there, or, this semester I've kind of made it more known that, everything is mandatory. This is what we're going to have to do in the future. So doing a lot more team functions where everyone is there. And so it's just continuing along that process of this is what it looks like. And, having that done all day, all week long, like knowing exactly what it looks like. And, I think once the weather gets nice and, we can hopefully be outside, it's looking like, okay, let's have some scrimmages amongst ourselves. Let's get some competition out there, and show what we've done all season long, what we've been working on.
Yeah. I think it's also just a lot of like, just waiting until, like I feel like we're almost like we get we get it, we get it, how organized we are, and we get what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just like getting our feet wet in the games. I feel like that's just all the team has left.
Yeah, and it's tough because what we have, we're practicing indoors on like maybe 3 courts, so it's difficult now that we have about 12 people.
But we have practiced a lot though, which is like me and teammates, we've been like, it's crazy, and it's so nice. Like the place we practice in, it's really nice. So we've just had a really good opportunity.
Yeah, and going back to like your first thought there is like what I was expecting or not expecting. Did not think we'd be practicing this much. Like I didn't know if we'd have anyone in general at all. So
you didn't think we'd be practicing 3 times a week?
I had no idea we'd have 5 to 12 people interested on the team already.
Wow.
I kind of went into it thinking I'm going to be on the road all week long, like recruiting, going to high schools, and it's been great coming and having like a home base where it's like, let's practice for an hour and a half, 3 times a week. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I get excited for. I think at the beginning of the season though, people maybe were thinking that it was a club or something. So, we need to help get the word out that there's a team, because
absolutely. Yeah, it starts with all of you, definitely.
It starts with us. Yeah. My last question would be, who's your favorite teammate?
My favorite, like my personal team
on the team.
Oh, I mean, I can't choose one.
You can do it off camera.
I couldn't pick one. I think.
Why is it not Jake?
Why is it not Jake?
Yeah.
It's not Jake. Could be Jake.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, I think I see a lot in all of you, right? Like there's a little bit of everything. Yeah. Sometimes you all get on my nerves. Sometimes you all are my best friends. So
that's the team.
Or, it's like,
I think the most interesting thing, though, to me was I thought all these players, all the really good ones would be, playing tennis since they were 3 or 4, like 5 or whatever. I started playing when I was 16. I think it's, evident. But Anthony, is one of the top on the team, and he started playing. I don't know if you know this. He started playing when he was like 16.
Yeah.
But he'd just been playing baseball the entire time. So I think that kind of just stuck with him.
Yeah, I think when I first started the program at Frostburg, or when I was the assistant coach, we'd be getting players who were, baseball players, soccer players first, volleyball players. It's all the hand-eye coordination sports, and tennis is like, okay, well, we can do this too. So that's been nice to see just natural athletes learn how to and grow. Anthony, of course, is getting better.
Makes your job easier.
And Jake, same thing, and all these freshmen.
What would you say is just simply tennis here? Nothing, no coaching, no anything. What is it about tennis that makes you want to make a difference in all our lives? Because it could be baseball, it could be soccer, it could be out of all the sports. Why is it tennis for you?
Well, it could have been a lot of sports. As you know, I am a big sports person. Right. I'm from Chicago. I love everything Chicago-based, and basically bleed blue and orange for the Bears. So, I grew up as a baseball player. I grew up playing a lot of different sports, and tennis was just the one thing that stuck and that I was pretty decent at. And I think that's why it's tennis for me is, I feel like there's a lot of life lessons in tennis as well that, you can carry over into your daily life. So,
Totally.
yeah, I just enjoy it. I think I can help with it. It's the thing I know the most about. And, yeah, just looking forward to continuing to share what I know to all of you.
Is there anything else you want to get off your chest or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking.
You're a coach. This is the floor. It's the floor you got.
I know. We're thinking, obviously you talk Rockets a lot, so.
Yeah. It's stress. They stress me out.
Same thing. Yeah.
So do the Bulls.
Of course.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we have what's the UHart, while we're here, what's the UHart tennis, do you know what the Instagram page is called?
Yeah, UHart tennis, UHart_tennis, I
UHart.
believe. So, yeah, look us up, give us a follow. We have no posts quite yet, but we are getting there. We're working on a coach introduction post, and then I'm looking to get all of our players, a post of their own to introduce themselves as well. So, and then we'll introduce our incoming students soon.
Okay. Anything? Go Bulls. Go Bears. No. Not.
I got, at this moment, they got to prove it to me to get it. So,
You gotta prove it. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
There you
That's
go.
right. Yeah.